So today we're going to be doing a tune delete with also a 5-inch exhaust from the turbo back. This is going to be on a 2016 Ram 2500 Cummins diesel. So what I have here is the tuner. This came from the Diesel Techs 3 tuner, still in the box. I'm going to show you what's in the box. So this is what the box looks like. I've already opened this. Take a look at a couple of things. Here's the screen. This has the SD card that's in the back here. You push on this button, pops the SD card out. I would make a copy of that. Also make a image of it on your computer, just in case the SD card goes out. It's the only thing I'm kind of worried about when it comes to that. In the box, you just get a quality control checks. It's just some information about the how to set it up, stuff like that. They also give you some warnings that, you know, this is for off-road use only, and you can, if you don't follow the steps properly, can brick your truck. At least that's what I heard. You get a module here along with the little drive to read the SD card. The cable that connects within the engine bay, which I'll show that, and this connects to the module on this. This is for the screen. This cable connects to the module here into your OBD2 port, and they give you this mount, which I'm not going to use because I got a different mount where I'm going to mount it at. Let me get some of this together and I will be right back. Okay, back again. I'll try to show you guys this really well, but the cable that I was talking about that came with the kit for the tuner, there's a plug that goes back here that would have a dummy plug fitting. I'll try to show you down here a little bit better, but that's where that line gets plugged in for the tuner. Then it's gonna go back through the firewall, which I got it going back there where you see those red and white lines at. Somebody previously installed some aerial lines in here, which looks really stupid. I'm gonna get that cleaned up, but that's where I brought my cable in for the tuner. Now, tuner is installed in the truck here. Sorry about the sun glare here. But I bought this little adapter thing on eBay, which is actually 3D printed. If I would have known it was 3D printed, I guess I would have 3D printed myself. But it came with the bolt that goes inside. You just cut the little cover off that's on here. Usually you bolt it in. I drilled a little hole in there to bring the cable line through, make it look a little cleaner. Ran it through down here, and then also tied all those boxes and everything for the tuner, which you probably not able to see it too well. It's back up in there. Let me get a light real quick. Let's see here. There's the tuner box up there, which I put some two-sided sticky tape on there, and then it comes through the firewall over here, right up there where that white line is. This is one of those stupid aerial lines. Whoever had this truck previously, they put all kind of dumb stuff on here. Then I just zip tied it. I haven't plugged in the OBD2 port for the tuner yet because I don't want it coming on just yet. But stay tuned. I'll show you the steps for that. So now that we got this installed, I actually already went through the process of getting this program. But what you gotta do, I don't know if you guys can see that with all the sun in the way, is boot it up. I already did all the flashing and everything, but you would essentially select ECM, and then it would be ECM again. And then my truck or my tuner already has the tuning files on there, so You don't really have to get this. I prefer to get my stock file before I get ready to tune anything in case I want to go back to stock. So I would just click that, get stock file, and it'll grab it, and then you can exit out. Then after that, I would back it up on your computer, the file directory, and then also create an image of the flash drive that's back behind here. But after you get all that done, you plug it back in and turn the truck back on. Then you're gonna select program custom file to ECM, and then you would just follow the steps. Now what I would do if I was you, just to make sure everything goes smoothly, is make sure your battery is fully charged on your vehicle. Put a trickle charger on there or some sort of charger on there, or start the truck up for a little bit. That's what I did, and I put a charger on there afterwards, and then went ahead. It will scream at you and tell you that your battery is low, and you can go ahead and go forward, but you may end up bricking your truck. So just make sure your battery's good, then you have nothing to worry about. Now tuning's done. I already went through all the different settings. Let's see here. But one of the things you're gonna need to do after you get your tuning done is you gotta disconnect a couple of lines. So you want to disconnect this line here. Let's go in here. Then you want to disconnect this line here, go into there, and I'm going to end up taping these up just to make sure that no dirt gets in there. Disconnect this line, and then you have a throttle body sensor is what they were saying, that you need to unplug, which is down here on this side. There's a red clip that you have to take out. Mine popped out when I was trying to get it out, and then you just pull it out and unplug it. But other than that, you're good to go. If you're not deleting the EGR right away, that's what I would do. In my instance, I'm not deleting the EGR right away, but I am going to be deleting the DEV system out now and installing the 5-inch exhaust. So what we can do is, before we get ready to add the 5-inch exhaust, we'll let you guys be able to hear what it sounds like with the stock exhaust on. So let's get it started up. Okay, so this is what it sounds like after it's tuned with the stock exhaust. Super quiet. We're gonna fix that. Like I said, this is, you should only do this for off-road use only. It's not street legal. I would not advise doing this for street. Let me see. So on here, I don't know if y'all can see this. So I'm gonna click here. Then I got the novelty tunes. So I'm gonna go to RT, and then custom power levels. Then I got the 12 valve, regular, hiss, and lope. Let you hear what the 12 valve sounds like. I'm not going to do the exhaust part because it's still stock. Switching over now. Alright, so 12 valve, got some tunes loaded right now. That's what it sounds like. Let's go back again. select the other one. Go to RT custom power levels. We'll go to that one last. This one, go to Hiss. Like I said, this doesn't sound as good with the stock exhaust on. I'm about to do that here in a little bit. Alright, Hiss, can't really hear, like I said, because of that stock exhaust. What it sounds like. This tune's already loaded. Exhaust doesn't sound any different. Okay. Let's go back to RT custom power levels. Lope. It's supposed to be the Lope idle sound. This I still don't really, I mean, it's working, but I don't really hear it because of stock. It still sounds the same. Do you hear like a slight, like, Lope idle sound with the exhaust? We'll get out and go ahead and so you can hear that. It's in Lope idle tune right now. We're just going to put it back to normal until I get the exhaust changed. Nice. Now, this whole tuner that I got from the Diesel Techs cost me about $1,500. They did have a coupon code for it, and if they don't have one, you can always reach out to them, and their support team is very quick about answering you. They answered me really quick. They gave me one, but of course by the time I got ready to use it that week, they already had a new code out that was even better, so I used that one. The other thing was they were a little slow getting it mailed out to me. I'm not going to harp on that at all, but I reached out to them just asking, hey, what's up? It's been about like 8-10 days. Haven't seen any movement on shipping yet, even though they provided a tracking number, but didn't say that FedEx had it in their possession. They said that they was going to get to it on Monday and make sure it got out. By end of Monday, it did get out, and by Wednesday, it was here. So their support team is pretty quick about answering. I was watching some other YouTube videos, and I'm not a mechanic by any means or anything, but guy was talking about the different performance levels in here. So you can select 0 through 5. Each performance level brings up, you know, that different amount of horses and stuff that you want to add to the truck in its performance level. I heard some guys saying stay in like tow, which is good enough, and not to go all the way up to the highest level due to the stock transmission. But like I said, I'm not a mechanic, so you don't need to go by what I said, but how I got to it was I just clicked on this right here. It brings you this menu, and you can click on switch. This is where your other different files are, but you click on, this is where your files are for like the Lope, Hiss, 12 valve, blah blah blah. But switch is going to be right here, and then you can select your different performance variations that you want to do. So that's going to conclude for the tuning. Like I said, you can go to dieseltechs.com. They have this unit. They have other units. I decided to go with the MM3 just because of the different classic tune files that they had. I thought it was pretty cool. Looked like it was super easy to set up. I didn't have to go pay somebody $2,000 to do this for me. I actually was able to do it myself in my own driveway. Like I said, you can get this mount here from eBay. You can also 3D print it. If I would have known that this was a 3D printed thing, I would have 3D printed myself. Setup was super easy. It didn't take that long. It's just a matter of just educating yourself with some of the YouTube videos. I know it's not the best way of learning, but for me, trying to save money, and I'm sure some of you guys are out there trying to save money too, just make sure you follow these steps exactly, step by step. Make sure your batteries are fully charged, because if it's not, you could run into the possibility of bricking the truck. That's what I was reading in Reddit, and some of the people were talking about in some of the YouTube channels as well. So just make sure your batteries are fully charged, everything will go smoothly. Programming didn't take that long, only took like less than 10 minutes. Some guys say it takes like 30 minutes. It took me less than 10 minutes and the truck was done. And it will tell you step by step what you need to do on the tuner. Just follow the steps. So next video is going to be about doing the 5-inch exhaust. I'm going to let the truck cool down. Part 2. It's going to be on a Yuka 2 exhaust that we're going to be doing. So just so you know, this is the box that it comes on. Shipped from FedEx, so I don't know if FedEx banged it up. Hopefully everything else is good in this box. It's got a hole at the bottom, but hopefully everything's alright. I'll bring you guys back after I get it unpacked and laid out. Alright, so this is the Yakatu 5-inch exhaust all laid out. Looks like everything's here. Did see a couple of pieces that were bent, but nothing bad. Just like it's probably from shipping. Just make sure you got all your parts there. You should have like a total of 4 of these clamps, and then these brackets there, so 5 there. Then you should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the exhaust piping. The other thing that I was reading online was that this flange here needs to be flattened down. So what we'll do is we'll remove the stock exhaust and then take a look at that to find out how much of that we need to flatten down. So what we're going to do now is remove the stock exhaust underneath the truck. So I will be back with the new exhaust installed. So here's the old exhaust that was pulled out. As you see, that this lip is flat and this isn't, so we're going to have to flatten that out. That's what I've seen on some of the videos. The other thing is, of course, this exhaust fought me on it. But the best thing that I haven't seen anybody else do for getting the V-band clamp off was taking this wheel well out and coming through here and getting it, which didn't waste any time getting that out of there. Really easy. So just some little tips right there. But we will be back after we get this installed. Back to the Yakatu exhaust. Here's the downpipe here. Not gonna be able to see it really well. What I did was I took the wheel well out and disconnected the old downpipe from the turbo and put the other one on after you flatten that lip that I was showing you in the other part of the video. Then this is kind of a pain in the butt to try to get in here, this downpipe. What I did was I took the bracket off. Let me see if I can try to get to it. But I took this bracket off right here and was able to get this downpipe to like twist, get around this, get it up in here, then mount it. Also put that bracket back on loosely. Once I got this mounted to the turbo, bolted that down. So then I come back here. This is where the downpipe meets the other section. This is actually the long pipe that comes with the kit right here. So of course I mounted mine right here, and then there's a mount further right here. There's another mount that I didn't exactly follow all the directions for the clamps. What I did was I went out and got an extra clamp, but I put a clamp here and I put a clamp there, and then I used the other clamp here. Oh, let me go back to this, the downpipe. So I ended up cutting, everybody says they always have to cut something. I ended up cutting off the downpipe right here, about I'd say about 4 inches. It's about 4 inches of metal. I know some guys cut off 5. I did 4 at first just to see. Of course everything fit fine. And then I used another clamp there and a clamp down there. And then as we get to the back, so as you get back here, I bought another clamp. So I did there. I made my own mount because it doesn't work with the stock mount up here. It kind of turns off to the side. I'm gonna get a muffler shop to actually weld a mount so I can hook the this exhaust up to it. This is just temporary for now. But you also got to take out the spare tire because it's gonna hit the spare tire. I took that whole thing out. So that's what it looks like. And then I put a 10-inch tip on this. I'm gonna let you guys hear what it sounds like with the tune. That's how loud it is. Today we're getting some new rims and tires put on. These are 285, 65, 18s. Got some Moto Metals. They're going on. You can hear the whistle. It gets louder. It's going down the road. But that's it, guys. Next video is going to show tires put on and its stance.